Have you ever felt misunderstood? Like you said something to someone and they totally took it different than the way you meant it? This type of a scenario can be exhausting. It's happened to me in my life. I'm sure it's happened to you. You just want to feel justified. You want them to know or to get into your head so that they understand how this was meant to be, what you were actually trying to say to them, or you just don't want them to take it the wrong way. You don't want to be misunderstood. So stick around, I'm going to be talking about that. But before you do, I'm just going to ask that you subscribe to this YouTube channel. It's Ruth and Kayce. Usually it's Kayce and I, my daughter and I. Today it's just me. I hope this is a word of encouragement for you in your lifestyle because we're just doing life together. We're trusting that as women of faith, we can work through some things that sometimes are hard for us to deal with or to work through. And so today I want to share with you this verse from Psalm 6, verse 9. The Lord has heard my cry for mercy. The Lord accepts my prayer. So today I want to dive into this topic of sometimes feeling misunderstood. This can happen with relationships. It can happen with your spouse. It can happen with your children, your grandchildren. It can happen in your church. It can happen with your pastor. But so often, the way we say things are not taken the way we meant them. Now, did we say them wrong? Yeah, we have to take responsibility for that. Sometimes we have to say, I could have said that different. Maybe I should have thought before I spoke. But after you've blurted it out, after you have been misunderstood, you don't know how to fix it. And sometimes that is just totally exhausting, right? I'm sure you can relate with me, and I'm sure you've been misunderstood. Then sometimes what happens is we feel like no one's listening, like we're trying to explain what we meant, but they're not listening. They've already, in their mind, heard what we said, and now they're like, put up a wall. That's so hard. Sometimes we just want to say, stop, just listen to me, just let me explain. It's not the way I meant it. But the good thing is that the Lord shows us mercy, and there's new mercies every morning. And so we know that the Lord always accepts our prayer. Sometimes what we have to do first is actually just to repent of wanting that justification. Yeah, we want to be heard. We want to be understood. But sometimes we get wrapped up in the whole fact that they took it wrong. Maybe we just need to take ownership or responsibility for having blurted something out that we shouldn't have. And maybe we need to apologize and just say, look, I'm really sorry. Maybe that's all they need to hear so that they can listen to us and can hear what we're trying to say. I looked up the word mercy in the dictionary, and here's what it says. I'm going to read this to you. It says, compassion or forgiveness shown towards someone whom it is within one's power to punish or harm. So mercy is compassion or forgiveness when that person has the power to punish or harm. That's kind of mind-blowing to me. I want to be shown compassion. I don't want to be shown harm. I want to be shown forgiveness. So I need to do that for others as well. I'm going to venture to say, though, that I have not always shown this same type of mercy or courtesy towards others. But God always shows his mercy towards us. When we repent, he forgives. When we speak to him, he always listens. Have you always done that to others? Have I always done that to others? No, I haven't. I'm just going to be truthful and honest here. I've not always even done it for myself. I've not always treated my own body, my own temple the way I should. And I'm sure you can relate to this because sometimes we don't even listen to what our body's telling us. Sometimes we're so tired and we're so tired that we feel sick. We're not listening to our bodies. Our bodies need a rest. When's the last time you listened to your body? Maybe if this is with rest, like I just said, maybe it's with food. When's the last time you've treated your body well, taken care of your body with giving your body the right fuel or energy? And with that, I'm talking about nutrition. Our bodies crave good nutrition. They need the vitamins and the minerals that God's beautiful, glorious foods give to us. But sometimes we just put trash into our bodies. Sometimes we're like on this fast food bender where we're not giving our body anything nourishing. We need to stop. And sometimes our body is calling us to stop. Like we're feeling ill, we're feeling sick, we have heartburn, we're feeling indigestion, and yet we don't listen to our bodies. You know, our body might be screaming for us to just stop and listen to your body, and yet we don't. So sometimes we have to show ourselves mercy. We have to ask God to forgive us for not listening to our own bodies in this way. That's a different way of looking at it, but we understand that we need to show ourselves mercy sometimes, not just others. We have to do that for ourselves as well. So what is your body asking you to stop and listen to today? What does your body need? Do you need to have a rest? Do you need good nourishment? Do you need some exercise? Do you need to take action? Do you need to step out of fear? Do you need to stop having those anxiety attacks? Stop with the anxious thoughts? Do we need to take our thoughts captive? Because the Bible calls us to do that. Do we need to ask for forgiveness? Do we need more water in our bodies? Are we dehydrated? Do we need more fun? Do we need some laughter? Because laughter is like a medicine. Do we need to have more compassion? Do we need to stop and pray? Do we need to have a still, quiet time with God? What is your body asking for? What is your body asking for mercy for? The blessing is that we can bring everything to God in prayer. All our misunderstandings, even when we have neglected our body, even when we've neglected to ask for forgiveness from a misunderstanding with someone else, even when we've had all these fears and we've let fear take hold of us, we need to give that and surrender that to God, because that's an inadequacy. And we have inadequacies. It's okay to say that we need help, because God is there to help us through these inadequacies. He wants to have us surrender our whole life to Him. He hears our cry for mercy. And that's so encouraging to me and to my heart. He accepts our prayers because He is a good, good Father. He understands your heart. He understands your feelings. He understands your emotions, and He knows them all. He knows them before you even consider them. He knows them before you even start to ponder what's going on. He understands. So let's begin to surrender this aspect of our life to God, because He wants to help us through all these areas of our life. It's such a blessing to know that God understands and that He never misunderstands us. He knows that when we say something, He gets what we're saying. Even though there's misunderstandings with our friends or our spouses or our kids or pastors or church family, when we have those misunderstandings, God knows what we meant. And isn't that so reassuring? So I'm just here to tell you that the Lord hears your cry for mercy, whatever that is today. And I just pray that this will be an encouragement to you so that you can step out of your comfort level and maybe go and apologize. Maybe ask for forgiveness for yourself. Maybe treat your own self really well today. Step out into what your body is calling you to do. And if you know that God is calling you to step out and go and talk to someone, then do it. Maybe there's reconciliation that needs to take place with a friendship or a relationship. And, instead of trying to justify your actions, let's just show mercy and kindness to those that we need to go and speak to. Maybe being intentional and really stepping out and trying to show them love is all that it's going to take for that reconciliation. There are new mercies every day, and let's just show mercy on ourselves today as well. So I just want to end by saying, stop living defeated, because God is calling us to a higher calling. God is calling us to love on ourselves, to take care of ourselves, and to show others mercy as well as show mercy on ourselves. I hope this has been a blessing to you today. I just want you to live your best life and to live the way God is calling you to live. Let's step out in faith and stop living defeated, and let's live out the purpose that He has called for us to do.